Hey everybody, this is Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast here with another Whiskey Short. And joining me as always is Scott.
Hey everybody.
We also have some very special guests here, which Scott will tell you about. Scott?
Oh, well, with us is the whiskey power couple, Marty and Rachel.
Hi everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the short that they birthed.
Correct. So we are here to update the Pinhook vertical series, this time the 8-year. Bonus short. And this is sort of Marty and Rachel's ongoing contribution to the podcast. The fourth consecutive expression that we've tasted, we tried the 5-year in season 5, the 6-year in season 6, where we compared it with the 5, the 7-year in season 9, where we compared it to the 5 and 6, and now here we are in season 11 doing the 8-year and comparing it to the 7.
But explain in 2 sentences what this is.
Yes, in 40 words or less, I have.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah. Pinhook has been aging 1,350 NGP bourbon barrels, then bottling and releasing 150 barrels every year for 9 years, starting with the 4-year expression released in 2019 and ending with the 12-year-old expression, which will be released in 2027.
For $1 million.
Yeah.
That's right. The mash bill, once again, is 75% corn, 20.5% rye, and 4.5% malted barley. This is the 8-year. It came out in 2023. The proof is 114.6, which is 0.4 less than the 115 of last year's. And the price, Marty, it says 93 MSRP.
Yeah, it was pretty close. I got it online, so I had to pay shipping somewhere around 120 with shipping. So really close to around 100.
Yeah. As I said, MGP is the source distiller. The blender bottler is Castle and Key Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky.
My only concern with it is that the price went up fast. Like it used to be around 60. Then it was like 72. Then all of a sudden, boom, 100. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like,
The proof went up too, right?
but also the proof bothers me too because we're trying to compare year to year, and you radically change the proof point, right? If it what was it, like 93 or something?
Well, the first one was 98,
Right.
and that was $45.
Right.
Then it was 102 and $50. Then it was 107 and $65, 115 and 78, and now it's 114.6 and $93.
Right. So I'm just saying, in 5 years, it doubled in price.
It did. Yeah. So we have the tasting notes that we did last time of the 7 to compare ourselves with. And then for the 8-year, when we taste that, I have 2 different tasting notes, and I'll explain why when we get there. So in your number 1 neat glasses is the 7-year that we tasted last time, just to remind ourselves.
Okay. Smell it.
Orange, right?
Orange right away.
Very orangey. Almost Grand Marnier, and I think we talked about that.
It's
right?
really
Yeah.
hot right now.
Yeah, it also smells like orange peels, like orange zest. It has that floral quality to it.
We're in the neat glass, and it's still burning my nose a little bit.
Oh, is it?
Interesting, yeah.
I get like, I don't know. Clove?
All right, little vinyl,
Yeah, a little vinyl.
right?
It's definitely herbaceous. I'm getting a little mint on the nose.
Okay.
That's your nose?
Oh,
Yeah, on the nose.
You got a little mint on your nose.
I thought you were-
You got to scratch that off. Ed,
It's for the drive home.
he's savoring it.
Have you been drinking? Oh, no, I just smell spearmint. You're fine. That's right, officer.
That's how you get away with it. Like there's a fruitiness there too.
God, it's so good. I just tasted it.
The oranges.
Oh, yeah.
The oranges on the taste too. A little bit of sweetness, but then it also tastes like the peel smells. I'm still getting very
Like a
much
zest.
orange peel.
Like
Yes,
an orange zest, yeah.
Because like orange zest and cloves sometimes make your tongue feel a certain way, and I feel like I'm getting that with this. Yeah,
So good.
It's a little astringent
that's what it is.
on the
astringent.
tongue. Yeah,
Thank you.
It's very drying.
It's good. I just added a little water, which actually took that proof down a little bit. I think it made it easier to, like you said, very hot, right? That's what
Yeah,
you were
this
saying
is
before.
115. Yeah, and it does taste hot,
Yeah, it really does.
but also peppery is part of that heat as well.
It's a smooth finish.
It is.
It's a very short finish for me, though. The palate's very full.
I agree.
It's a very long palate. It stays there a while. The flavors come at you in a little bit of layers, and then all of a sudden,
It kind of drops off.
it drops off.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the water, it tastes more in the front end now. It's a little cleaner, I think, now.
Yeah.
Oh, brought out honey, I think, with the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey sweetness. I
A
can
nice,
see that. Yep.
delicate sweetness
Yep.
that wasn't there
Like
before.
like a floral sweetness.
yeah.
Very floral. I don't remember being this floral.
No, I don't either.
I agree with her.
and it has a spicy pepperiness that a rye
Very
would have.
much so. The back of my throat is very, very peppery.
This is very much a bourbon, though. 75% corn.
I'm tasting the mint now that I put a little water in.
I will say, from what I recall, and I know you're going to recap it, but
Yeah.
I know we're talking about the cost has gone up. I think the quality and our reaction to it
Oh,
has definitely gone
It's a
up.
better whiskey.
I mean, when we were at Buffalo Trace, they actually showed us a barrel to represent what would happen after, what was it, Marty, 15 years of aging or something?
Yeah.
Only 1/3 of the liquid remained.
Right.
And what they said is, but we are taxed as if it was a full barrel. And you know that won't produce as much product. And so that impacts some of the financial.
Yeah,
right?
that's part of why the
Yeah.
prices are
That's a great
higher.
point.
I was shocked how much was gone. And they said, actually, we've had 18 barrels that we opened up and it was empty.
Or it's
Yeah.
just a marketing ploy to make you not be mad at how much they charge us. No,
Right.
I believe.
They dumped
You
it
just
out
call me
before you got
naive.
there.
Or you call me naive.
No, I just don't trust Kentucky.
Oh.
Well,
Why don't you recycle?
Just so you know, when I was in Ireland and I went to Jameson's, they showed the same thing with the barrels and the angel share. Yeah, so that's the first time I saw that. It was very
It's a
interesting how much you
conspiracy.
lose.
It's a
So that's-
cross-Atlantic
yeah, it is. That's
conspiracy.
right.
So
Yeah.
that's why
That's
Jim
right.
Beam tried to devil's cut it out of the wood. They were so jealous.
Right. They squeeze it back out of the barrels. So let's go over our notes from the 7-year and get right to the 8-year, the star of the show. So last year, when we tasted it on the nose, herbaceous and sweet with Grand Marnier, orange zest,
Yeah.
honey, and maple sugar.
Wow, we pretty much hit that.
It's pretty consistent. On the palate, complex and spicy, far less sweet than the nose, with loads of orange, cinnamon, and cardamom.
All right, we say clove tonight, but it's right. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Who said cardamom? That had to be you, Scott.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the finish, persistent with orange vanilla creamsicle, a bit of cherry, and loads of cinnamon and oak. It's so funny we're not tasting cinnamon so much this time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? Take another sip, everybody, and look for it. It's there. But I think the orange is more prevalent now, even more than it was, which was prevalent.
And I think it's getting lost in some of the spiciness.
Yeah, the pepper.
Yeah, it's hiding
It's
behind
there.
the pepper.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's sitting there on the finish right now, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a cinnamon sugar almost now. We said before, what type of sugar?
The Demerara sugar?
No, I did not say that.
Rah, rah, oh,
Damn
rah,
it.
rah.
We're like, no, wait. No,
Muscovado sugar?
no, you read it.
Oh, I read it?
Yeah, on the tasting note from
maple sugar.
Maple sugar.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm getting more of a cinnamon sugar now.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Very good.
Let's smell and taste the 8-year.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Wow, this is
It smells deeper.
so less
There is
hot on the
Like
nose.
cedar, like something like deep woody kind of.
Yeah, I'm getting brown sugar and a lot of it.
Still orange.
Definitely.
but less orange. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more dimensional, right?
Right.
Ed, you were saying that it smells less hot than the 115, and it's only 0.4
I know.
less.
I know.
But it smells a lot less hot.
I agree. No,
Yeah,
it's,
but once again, the 7 has been sitting for a year, and some of the water might have evaporated,
Yeah.
and that would have left a more denser alcohol
and,
content.
and this is a fresh bottle.
Just cracked it.
Yeah. Just cracked it today.
the case.
It's less herbaceous.
This is much more benign nose than the 7 right now. We'll have to see next year when we go against the 9.
Yeah.
Make notes of that to see if the nose gets more of a bouquet after a year.
It's sweeter on the nose.
No one's getting like a cedar, or I feel like I get that very strong right after the orange, but maybe it's just me.
There is a woody smell. I don't know if it's cedar for me.
It's just for me.
Just Rachel.
Just Rachel.
Cedar by Rachel. What's crazy to me is that this is the exact same juice a year later.
Yeah.
And there's definitely elements there. There's orange going around. I think the cinnamon's more prevalent on the nose on this one. I'm not getting the mint yet.
I'm getting like a leafy
It
quality.
I think a
I-
smoother and longer finish.
And brown
too.
sugar, of course, on the nose.
Yeah, yep.
Let's taste. Wow.
It's sweeter on the palate, too.
Yeah, much sweeter. I don't know who gave me this 1/4 of an ounce over here. That's not going to do. But I'm already halfway done it.
3/4 of an ounce.
Well, not maybe.
Well, I'm pouring small. We got more whiskeys to taste tonight. But of course, if Marty says, you can have more.
You can have all you want.
Marty would never deny me.
I'll tell you this proof. If I would have guessed, I would have said it would have been much lower than
than
the last one.
yeah.
Yeah, even when tasting it. Yeah,
Yeah, it tastes down to like 110 or something.
yeah.
Oh, it's really good. A lot of the brown sugar that we got on the nose is definitely on the palate there too. It's not as peppery, spicy, but it's still a little bit. Are you guys tasting orange?
I am.
Because I was smelling it a bit. I'm not sure if I'm tasting
I'm
it.
tasting it, but not nearly as prevalent as last year's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's there.
But it's not like Grand Marnier.
It's not as sweet.
Yeah, it's not that intense.
And yet
Even
it's
the
sweeter.
Honey's not there. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as orange zesty either. So a lot of the orange has been subdued. Interesting.
The flavors are just crushed together, and it's hard for me to pick out. It's very flavorful, though.
Yeah, but when you're trying to separate out what the flavors are, it's
Right.
difficult.
I'm going to go back and hit 7 again. Just
I get a nice, almost a peppermint tinge on the tongue after it's completely gone.
the finish of 7 when you go back to it is so different.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird. I know I drank the 8, but when I nose the 7, maple comes out 100% now.
Yeah.
It's really changed the nose even.
Scott, where's the current bottle? Where's 8? We didn't drink this much.
It's behind you.
God damn it! I looked. I didn't see it.
It's right there. If it was a snake, it would have bit you, as my mom would say. Don't say anything about my mom. I knew you were going to.
If Rachel wasn't here, I would have said something.
Thank you.
I would have said, I got a snake for your mom. But I won't say it now that Rachel's here.
I'm so disappointed.
Thank God Rachel was here.
I thought
You have to hear that.
I thought it was going to be something like your mom bit me.
Well, thank God I'm here, so you guys aren't
Thank
saying
God
all
we
these
didn't say
things.
any of that because Rachel was here.
That's right. Thank God.
Blame
we
me.
didn't.
Woo, thank you for saving us from ourselves.
I'll just turn off Rachel's headphones.
Oh, I'm still in the room.
Right.
Right, you just can't hear us. You can talk and we can hear you, but you just can't hear us. She's like, I like it that way. And anything else you guys are getting?
I just remember last year we thought the 7 was so much more complex,
This is- yes.
smoother, and I just feel like now the 8 is like that.
The
It's
8 is
even-
smoother.
It's making the 7 look.
I actually just
a
got
little
some
rougher, right?
I
Yeah.
completely agree with you, Rachel.
Yeah.
I just got a little creme brulee on it.
Oh.
I went back to full strength,
Ooh.
and now I'm starting to break down some of the flavors, and it's a very toasted vanilla flavor. And the orange is still there, but it's not nearly as prevalent because I'm going back and forth. I poured more 7 because I'll just keep drinking all night. I don't care. You can't stop me. So
With water on it, and I put a significant amount because it wasn't changing it with just a couple drops. So I put like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting cherry. I know I always get cherry, but I'm really getting it now, like a dark fruit kind of cherry sweetness.
I'm trying to
if
get.
if it was apricot, I'd be impressed. But all right, I'm going to put water in each one now again.
God. But it's dark. It's a dark cherry.
Like sad and brooding. All right.
Like me if I was a cherry.
Right. I've put water on each. I'm going to go 8, 7, then 7, 8, and I'm going to come up with my final stuff.
A few moments later.
So water on the 8 really tampers down the alcohol, and it's just so sweet now. It's like a sugar bomb to me. It's very vanilla. Once again, I said the creme brulee. It's a little bit of a creamsicle on the end. I am getting some herbaceous notes at the very end. It's not as peppery as the 7 in my throat.
Yeah, it's more mellow, I would say. The 7 was a step toward intensity, and I think the 8 is a step toward mellowness. It's not mellow whiskey, but it's a step toward.
Now, I just tasted the 7, and they taste very similar in the palate, and then the finish is very different. And I'm wondering if that's just the age of the 7. The fact that it's been opened up for a year, and it's kind of altered it a little bit.
At least the bottle was pretty full. It
Oh, yeah.
wasn't,
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah, yeah.
a drop or two
Yeah,
left.
and
that we're
it
tasting,
wasn't
which
open
is-
that much, so it's been
yeah,
pretty
which
secure.
helps a little. Yeah,
Not like last
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, last time, I think we
there
had
was
very
barely
little
enough
left of like the
yeah.
6.
Yeah, we
I
killed
had
that.
left the 6. Let's try to save.
Yeah, because there's still
Yeah.
plenty of 7 left.
Yeah,
I mean, we could taste the 7, 8, 9 next year.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Just for the fun of it, I just combined the remnants of the two.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to taste it after we do the tasting notes. So I said I had 2. One is from Austin from Ohio. He sent us in the Have a Shot of Freedom whiskey.
Yeah.
And he emailed like back in January saying that I guess he had just listened to the Pinhook 7 episode
Yeah.
and that he had said that he had bought the 8 because it was out. He said, if you guys are having trouble finding it, I can get it and send it to you.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, it was
He
super
is
nice.
such a nice guy.
Yeah, and so I said, no, Marty actually had already bought it, and we're going to do it like in the summer, but I would love to hear your tasting notes. So these are his. On the nose, so sweet smelling, like Mighty Malt's candy and Twizzlers. And so smooth, I'd never guess it to be 114.6 proof.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yep.
On the palate, heavy cherry like cough syrup with brown sugar and an elegant amount of oak, if that makes any sense. On the finish, not short or long, the rye spice lingers just enough to be enjoyable.
I mean, we hit a lot of that. Really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah. And then an official one from Breaking Bourbon.
No, those guys. They're,
what
good.
the- yeah.
They're pretty good. I wish I was half as good as Breaking Bourbon.
They are on the nose, well balanced with cinnamon stick, buckwheat waffle, light oak, slight slight baking spices, faint syrup, and dark cherry. On the palate, rye spice, slightly dry oak, cinnamon stick, syrup, and brown sugar. And on the finish, long with leather, peppercorn, cinnamon powder, and Red Hot's candy. He's tasting a lot of cinnamon on this.
I want to say that
The Red House.
Rachel said
Huh.
brown sugar right away.
I said,
I don't
Oh.
think it was me. Yeah.
I'll say it again. Scott said brown sugar right away, so I want to give him credit for that. And that's the prevalent note through everybody else.
Good job, Scott.
Rachel said something cool. I can't remember what it was.
Rachel always says something cool. She's the queen of cookies, which are sitting over there and we can smell them.
Yeah.
It makes every whiskey taste better.
Right. They all taste like allspice.
5 spice.
Well, all right. Not all spice then. 5
Not
spice.
all,
Only,
right, just,
only 5 of them.
right, not
yeah.
all
Not
of the
all
spices.
them, just 5.
Just 5
Not every spice
spices.
ever made.
So I think that's it. What do you guys think overall?
I mean, it's expensive, but it's very good. And if you're going to treat yourself once a year to a good whiskey, and we're invested in this program now, and I do see the relationship between 7 and 8, but I'm also always surprised at how different they are 1 year later.
Yeah.
And this is why people have to look at, well, it's 4 years. Like, we might get to a point where maybe it's aged too old. It starts to get really oaky. And we don't
Absolutely,
like it.
yeah.
But right now, 7 and 8 are in the sweet spot for this batch.
Yeah, it's delicious.
They have both been amazing. I would pick 7 because it was $20 cheaper. Because they're both very, very similar and very good.
Right, just 1 year apart, but similar proof. Yeah,
But overall, I really thank Marty and Rachel for bringing this to us.
Yeah.
It is so fun to do it.
it is. I can't wait for the future expressions.
Yeah,
I really
and
can't.
I think when we finally finish it, that episode, we should have a menagerie of our tasty notes on like 5, 6, 7, all the way through.
Yeah, yeah.
Just so
That'd be fun.
like celebrating the journey that we've done with
yeah, that'll be really cool.
I just hope I live long enough to get to 12. That's all.
my God.
That's all I want. God, if I can have one thing, not unlimited wealth or
World peace.
or
Come
world
on,
peace.
come
Just
on.
let me live long enough to finish the Pinhook vertical, and I'll be happy with that. What, I'll be like 62? That's good enough.
Oh my God. So on that dark note, Ed, take us
Oh my
out.
God, I am getting a dark note now. A dark cherry note. We've enjoyed the Pinhook challenge that we're doing.
Yeah.
Last thoughts, Rachel?
Every year it seems to get better.
And it does.
Seriously.
Marty, worth it for you?
Definitely. We look at 7. I thought it was a little spicier and
Yeah.
complex, but this is like complex and a little more mellow. I think I really like it. Yeah.
Scott?
Oh, I mean, it's an awesome journey. Like I said, I can't wait to the next one and all of them.
Right. 9's going to be really exciting. We'll see you all next year for the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Marty.
Cheers, everybody.
Later.